My. Through my travels I have seen many flowers, but none compare to your beauty.
Hoshi-sama, you're so shameless.
Yes, Wait! Damn. Oh, hello. It's you again. The traveler from Lady Kagome's time. I suppose we're always bumping into each other. Yes, I see you noticed my attentions were elsewhere. No, believe me, I may be a monk, but... Oh, you don't know much about Buddhism, do you? But you went down the Bone Eater's well. You must be a follower of Shinto. No? Well, allow me to elucidate and illuminate you. Let us begin with Buddhism, as it is my specialty. There are two great sects of Buddhism, though many would say there are numerous others. But we shall start with the basics. Buddhism arrived in Japan 1,000 years before I was born. Monks from China came over at the behest of Japanese lords to perform rituals and provide guidance, and so for many years it was a religion and a philosophy of aristocrats. It was not until 300 years ago, during the Kamakura period, that various smaller New Wave sects began that pandered to the masses. In Buddhism, we have what is called the Three Jewels and the Four Noble Truths. You and I both know well of a certain jewel, so this should not be too difficult to visualize. The three jewels of Buddhism are just as precious. They are the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. The Buddha refers to he who began it all, and those Buddhas that came after him. The Dharma is their teachings themselves, and the Sangha is the community of Buddhism. Simple enough, yes? Now for the Four Noble Truths, sit down and calm yourself. Breathe in and breathe out. Firstly, there is no self, as there is no static present. All things are forever in motion. You are not real, a construct of your past and your biological makeup, constantly changing. However, there is always suffering. Life is suffering, and you cannot change that. The second truth is that our emotional and spiritual suffering, and even our physical suffering, comes from our desires, our greed, our lust, our yearning. The third noble truth, that while suffering is constant in our life, we can end it by looking past our human limits. And the fourth and final noble truth is the Eightfold Path, the gateway itself to enlightenment. Now you must ask, what does this have to do with your journey in the feudal era? You should know, it is the cycle of loss and hatred that began this entire dilemma. And you shall find themes and followers of Buddhism in your travels here, such as the powerful bodhisattva Saint Hakushin, and the humble, attractive Hoshi, such as myself. Sutras are important as well. Sutra simply means scripture, and there are certain parts of the scriptures that are used to protect the innocent and banish demons. There are 29 protective sutras, and various others meant to banish the supernatural. And yes, demons are quite real in Buddhism. The greatest is Mara, whom I suspect has a particular interest in me. But let us bring it back to where we are, the two great sects, the Theravadas and the Mahayanas. Theravada began in India, with the original Buddha. They believe that the greatest path in life is enlightenment of one's self. They believe compassion comes from enlightenment. However, I am of the Mahayana sect. I am a Hoshi, a term in Japan referring to a Buddhist monk, and the Japanese are typically of the Mahayana. You see, the Theravada began to split when the people began to wonder, if desire is the path to suffering and enlightenment is to eschew desire, then what good is the desire of enlightenment? The Theravada likened it to a man traversing a turbulent river upon a raft, the man being yourself and the raft being the desire for enlightenment. Once you reach the shore, logically you would not take the raft up the path, and so you would put it down. The desire is a useful tool, but once enlightenment is reached, you will place it down with the others. What I believe is not that compassion is gained and desire flees from reaching enlightenment. I believe that through compassion and helping others, enlightenment will come. As for desire, well, I'm certainly not perfect.